Xingqiu is good. 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 A long time ago, I decided to give Xingqiu a chance and actually start building him. And you know what? He started to grow on me as an interesting character to bring to various team comps, mainly because of his ult. His Hydro Sword Bits, that's a Gundam reference for everyone playing at home, was something that I wished Claire's ult would be like, and I think most of us wish that Claire's ult worked like his. But recently, I finally got C6 Candace, and in doing so, I realized that I've actually secured this hilarious position where I will never, ever have any need or want to specifically play Xingqiu in any team ever again. Let me explain. This is not a sudden thought. This has kind of been happening ever since I got Yelan in, 2.5, whenever she came out. Obviously, she's great Hydro damage for a Freeze-Loy team, and I got her at C1 in a single 10 pool as well, which means that I basically get to use her skill as much as I ever use Xingqiu's skill every rotation, twice. And, she's really good. But what about if I play Hu Tao? Well, it turns out that Yelan plus a Hydro-infused Kaz ult, that seems to be enough Hydro app to maintain Hydro auras so that Hu Tao can actually vape her hits. So at that point, I don't really have that problem either whenever I play Hu Tao. In summary, Yelan is really, really hot. I think we all agree with that. And she does a lot of damage. Her skills, at least when I play them, if they vape, which seems to happen quite a lot, we're looking at like 6-digit damage with her skill alone. Xingqiu isn't that hot, in my opinion. And he doesn't seem to do as much damage, at least when I play my Xingqiu. Now, granted, it might be because I haven't actually leveled up my ult all that much, but my Xingqiu's ult is at level 9 with constellations. My Yelan is triple crowned, but I don't have those constellations that give me extra levels. So if I ever feel the need to play Rational, or more likely Grational, I think I'd still prefer playing Yelan over Xingqiu. Like, I don't really feel the need to ever bring the book nerd. And then came Furina. Now, Furina, for those who somehow don't know, is the, spoilers, former Hydro Archon. And the thing about Furina is that my Furina is actually one of the world's strongest Furinas. That means Mademoiselle Crabaletta actually has absolutely no chill. This means that my Furina is also incredible Hydro off-field damage for pretty much everyone. And on top of that, I now find myself in the hilarious position where I think French Loy is my absolute most favorite Aloy team. So, for those who are playing at home, yeah, French Loy is a lot of fun. Now, on top of that, Furina is also a big team buff for everyone on the team, as opposed to someone like Yelan. The only thing that Furina has is that she needs a healer on the team, otherwise she pretty much functions really, really well. But what about when I play Hu Tao? Okay, I don't actually play Hu Tao that much these days. That being said, I personally would probably stick to playing Yelan over Furina, or Xingqiu for that matter. And, I'm just not really all that keen in figuring out the Hu Tao Furina shenanigans myself. There are definitely a lot of people who have already sorted that out when Furina first came out. And then, of course, there's also characters that I play who Furina is actually the only real available option for me when it comes to off-field Hydro application and damage. And that's mainly, the Haya and Nouvellette. And the reason why Furina is my only real available option for these characters is because I don't have Ayato, and Mona can get a little bit finicky sometimes. She's still good, but she gets a little bit finicky. And so, when you're playing someone like the Haya or Nouvellette, Yelan and Xingqiu aren't really all that helpful. Yelan is slightly more helpful because at least she can provide some damage bonus, I guess. I guess unless you really need the defensive utility that Xingqiu provides for, I guess, Nouvellette. But either way, you're not really getting a whole lot of value out of either of those characters. With Furina, you're getting maximum value, especially with Nouvellette. And so, Furina is hot. Let's not mince our words here. And she's really, really fun, and she's really, really strong. Xingqiu is strong, probably fun, depending on who you are. But like I said before, he's not that attractive. And so with Yelan and Furina being characters that I probably bring whenever I have even the thought of off-field hydro damage, there wasn't really a team where I would specifically ever decide to bring Xingqiu. Except one. Okay? There was specifically one team that I would bring Xingqiu with, and that was a Nilou team with Alhaitham, as opposed to my usual Nilou teams with Nahida. This is not to be confused with my Quick Bloom Alhaitham team. I would actually bring Yelan in that one instead. So for the longest time, my Xingqiu had 4-piece Gilded Dreams as the bloom trigger for Alhaitham's Dendro application in my Nilou team. That was the idea. Do you remember what I said earlier in this video? I got C6 Candace. What is C6 Candace? It allows her to become off-field hydro damage. And now, even that particular role that I had Xingqiu in has now been taken by Candace. Obviously, my favorite form of a Nilou team is still going to be the Nahida variant, where Candace gets to on-field, but at the same time, because she can on-field and off-field with C6, it makes that team even more dynamic. But should I need Nahida, let's say on the other side of Spiral Abyss for whatever reason, I still have the Alhaitham variant. That works not as well because I do have C2 Nahida. That does change things, but it's still pretty good. Now, I can already see in the comments, but Xingqiu is better than any of those characters in any of those roles, isn't he? Yes. He does have more Hydro application with C6, which I do have, because I think almost everyone who's played this game since day one has C6 Xingqiu at this point. It also provides some interrupt resistance, like I mentioned a little bit earlier. He does also have some incoming damage reduction, which is very, very good now that we're seeing some enemies and bosses that seem to do 1 more billion damage. And he also provides a smidge of healing, just as a cherry on top, I guess. But I've still benched him. It's funny, isn't it? Of the big super meta units that exist in this game, the big 4 of Sucrose, Bennett, Xiangling, and Xingqiu, trigger warning, Bennett, there's really only one of them that I still play with from time to time. And say it with me, folks. It's Oppa! Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Do you still play Xingqiu? The answer is probably yes. Because I'm crazy, but I don't play Xingqiu that much anymore, and now I won't. So expect to never see him on this channel ever again. Unless I really need to, for some reason, demonstrate actual rational or actual national, I guess. Don't really want to ever do that. But otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Genshin Impact action, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!